Here with head coach Anna Nimz as the Lady Demons fall today to Tarleton 51-47 in a defensive slugfest, if you want to call it that. And I think we'll start there, Coach, because we'll talk about the defense today, how they played, because I feel like that has got to be something you are super proud of, how they performed throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, well, not the entire game, all except for about 6 possessions.
Yeah.
But no, you hold a team to 51. Normally, you're coming out with that game. You forced 22 turnovers, and I do think it was a forced 22 turnovers. Normally you're coming out with that game, but we had a blip, and I'm sure everybody in the gym heard me. We should start playing music during those timeouts. But we gave up on 3 back-to-back possessions. Again, as you probably heard, you got to get a time. If you need a sub, you need to get out, because there's no such thing as taking possessions off. And they made 3 threes, and they came in that little bit of a segment. They took the lead for us to never return back. So it was such a gut punch to work that hard, and they really did. They worked tremendously hard, not to come out with it. So that's really tough.
You mentioned those threes, and it felt like even maybe more of a gut punch with the way the game played out, with nobody having made any threes until the end of the third quarter. They get those 3 right there in that short little span, and really kind of in a lot of ways maybe have been the difference tonight. Oh,
I mean, yeah, we've made 22 threes in the last couple games, so to go from that to 0, that in and of itself is tough. We've been, a little bit more reliant on the 3 ball. It's been going in. They've been good shots, and I think we collectively took a lot of good shots tonight, but they didn't fall. We haven't been able to practice on our home court for the last week or so, and so we've been good on the road because we've been used to playing on weird rims or different rims, but maybe not having been able to practice in the gym and be on our rims maybe hurt us, or maybe that's an excuse and the ball just didn't fall tonight.
Yeah. We talked about her after ULM, but again, Monette, 18 points, 7 rebounds. On a tough shooting night for the entire team, she was still able to step up and got some big buckets and made some plays and really gave us a chance in a lot of different instances. Yeah,
we talked about that last time. You said, how do you explain Monette Bolden? I just said she has ice in her veins. She's a mature kid. She understands that, there were 6 minutes on the clock, and I feel like some kids thought we had already lost the game. And so I could see her and hear her really trying to pull her team along, and she did that early in the season, where she put the team kind of on her back, and come heck or high water, she was going to try. And I thought, she maintained composure for everybody that was on the court, and it fed into the girls again. 51 points, that's good defensive effort. But we weren't getting second chance opportunities. So, Mo had 7 rebounds, did a great job, but like we just talked about, we had 4 girls standing on the 3-point line admiring our misses and we talked about that before the game. Let's not stand and look at our shot. Let's go get the rebound and get a quick 2, because we are the faster team. But until we can, continue to want to fight in that fashion, we're very good on defense, but those O boards, we're leaving a lot of points on the table. We talked about it at the beginning of the game again, that, when Tarleton wins, which they typically out-rebound their team by 8, the opposing team by 8, they out-rebounded us by 9. So now they're 7-1. Every game they've out-rebounded their opponent, they've won. Every game that they've been able to hold their opponent to 50 or less, they've won. Well, we scored 47 points and we got out-rebounded by 9. So there's the game.
Yeah, knew coming in that 25 was going to be a presence on both sides of the floor. She finished with a double-double, but talk about the way that Jay Todd and Jasmine both battled with her out throughout the night, got some stops, made her life difficult. Although she did have a good game, it wasn't as big a game as she maybe could have had.
Yeah, I think the girls actually did a good job. I mean, at the end of the day, 6'6" really beats 6'2" most times. No different. Good player beats bad player. When we're playing a foot race, sometimes when we're in practice, and I'm thinking it's bad transition, but it's not. It's just because the girl coming at her is that much faster. So, the girl had a double-double. She's really gotten better every single game. You watch her at the beginning of the game, she's 6'6", and now she's becoming 6'6" with a skill set. So I think she's going to have a really good career there at Tarleton. She's going to do a great job at the WAC. I think already to date she has 23 blocks. We probably gave her 28. But on that other side, I think the girls did a good job at not trying to force shots at the rim. So that's growth for us, because at the beginning of the year we would have shot it 1,000 times right into her hands and just wondered why. And so again, we lost. It's tough, but there was a lot of positives tonight. They're going to go home, refresh, come back. Talked a lot about making sure we stay in condition, because that's what we're good at: being tough, being fast, being quick. Well, you can only be quick for really quick seconds if you're not in shape. So I just hope they respect their teammates enough to go home and work hard, but also they need a break and they need to, enjoy their family and have some fun. And, that way we can come back and take care of what's the most important, and that's conference.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Borkum.